Hi guys, so I'm going to go over some problems that we will see this week. This week we are doing a combination of two different boxes that are stacked on top of each other that we'll need to find the volume of all of that together. So these are a couple of the trickier ones where you have to actually figure out the dimensions. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look just at the top box. So I'm going to be looking at this box here, this top one. I'm going to get rid of that so it's out of our way, but that's the one I'm focused on. So I know that in order to find the volume of just the top box, I need to look for the length times width times height. That's always our formula for volume. So I'm going to start by looking at my length. Oh, I see that right away. It's right there, straight across. It's a 12. So I'm going to fill in 12 here. Now I'm going to look for my width. I see it right here. It's the 4. And then I'm going to look for my height, how tall this box is. And I can see it right up and down here. It's a 9. So that one's nice and easy, and it kind of just worked out perfectly. So next we just need to find our volume. Now for you guys, I said I allowed calculator use for a lot of these because our numbers are getting so big and I don't want to get bogged down by that. But I bet some of you could just do this, no problem, because you know that 12 times 4 is 48. And then I just need to do 48 times 9. If you want, you can stack that up over here and do it standard algorithm style, but you can use a calculator if that's easier for you. Whatever floats your boat this week. So if I do stack it up, I know 9 times 8 is 72. I'm going to carry my 7. 9 times 4 is 36, and I'm going to add on 7 more. So 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. So I'm going to end up getting 432 for my answer. But that's not everything yet. That's just my top box. So I'm going to call it 432 cubic inches, which I'm going to write as inches with a little 3 up in the air. And then I'm going to go because that's the top box. All right. Now let's do, why can I not change my pen color? Here it is. I'm going to do my bottom box in blue. So here's my bottom box. He's down here. I'm going to get that out of our way though. So again, I'm going to look for length times width times height. Oh, I can see my length. It's right here. It's a 10. I love working with 10s. Those are easy to multiply by. Next, I'm going to look for my width. It's right here. It's a 2. Love it. And now we need to find the height. You will notice that the height here is not explicitly defined and the height here is not explicitly defined. Do not panic. We can figure it out. Here's how we're going to figure it out. I can see that the total height here is 11 and that this height over here was 9. So guys, if I start with 11 and I use up 9 for the big box, how much is left? If I start with 11 and I take away 9, how much would be left for this little box? 11 minus 9 is 2. Very good. So I'm going to plug in 2 for my height there. That was tricky because we had to figure out that dimension ourselves without it being labeled. This one's nice and easy to multiply. I know that 10 times 2 is 20. And then I just need to use what I haven't used yet, which is another times 2. 20 times 2 is 40. And that would be inches cubed. I'm not done yet because now I need to add both of my volumes together to get the total. So I have to do 432 plus 40 more. You could stack that up for yourself and add them. And when you do, you would get 472 inches cubed. All I did there is I added those 2 numbers circled in purple. Okay, let's do another one. Here's another one. Again, I have a top and a bottom box, so I'm going to go whoosh and slice my screen right in half. Top box. Oh, no. I can see, hold on, let me get my formula here as usual. I got it times width times height. Okay, so length times width times height. So I see that my length is right there. It's an 8. Love it. Do you see it labeled on the top? My width, I don't have labeled here. Woo! I don't know what I just did. We're going to keep trucking. My length, I do not have labeled here, but you will notice that this one is labeled 3. So that means that that length is also going to be 3 because they are the exact same as each other. Kara, can you stop making noises when I'm trying to record? Thank you. Next, I need my height. You will also see that we only have a total height of a 12. And I have a 6 over here. So that means that this one here would have to be the total 12 minus the 6. What is 12 minus 6? It is 6. Good job. So I'm going to plug in my 6 here. Again, if you want to use a calculator, knock yourself out. But if you want to do it the old school way, we can go 24 and then times 6. I can always stack that up and do standard algorithm over there with no problems at all. Today I'm going to go fast just for the sake of time. And I'm going to say, okay, 24 times 6. I just did it on my calculator. It's 144. And I'm going to say meters cubed. There, I did the whole top one. Let's change colors and do our bottom box. So again, I'm looking for my length. It's going to be the 10 right across the bottom there. I'm looking for my width. It's going to be the 3 right there on the bottom. And then my height is going to be how tall that bottom box only is, so it's the 6. And now I can just multiply. I have 30 times 6, and I know that I can use my shortcut here where I go 3 times 6. That's 18. And then I tack my 0 on the back. So I get 180 meters cubed. Now all I have to do is add up my 2 amounts. This time I'm going to take the time to stack them for you so you can see me do it. I'm going to use blue. And I'm going to stack them over here. So I had 144. And I'm going to just hit hide there. Ah! Nobody panic. I'm going to get him back. There he is. Whew. 144. And then I'm going to stack it up with my 180. Those are my 2 volumes that I got. I want to find the total, so I'm going to add them up. I'm going to get a 4 for my ones column. 8 plus 4 would be 12, so I carry my 1. And I get a 3 for my hundreds, so my total volume would be 324 meters cubed. So there's another example. It takes a lot of steps to do these, but they're not too hard for you because it's just the volume of the top, the volume of the bottom, add them up. All right, last type of problem you will see this week is something like this. It says a fish tank has a base that has an area of 16 square inches. I'm going to label that right as I'm reading it. This whole base is 16 square inches. It's filled up to the height of 7 inches. What is the volume of the water? Again, guys, I know always that volume is length times width times height. But if you remember, when you hear the words area or square inches, that takes care of our length times width because area is always length times width. So I'm just going to plug in my 16 right there. And I'm going to say times 7 because 7 is my height. Now I'm going to go over here and I'm actually going to stack it up and take the time to do standard algorithm multiplication. That didn't come out great. So I'm going to go 6 times 7. If you remember, 6 times 7 is 42. So my 4 goes up here and my 2 goes down. Then I go diagonal. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 4 more, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you would get 112, and I'm going to label it inches cubed, or that's cubic inches. So I'm going to put the little 3 up in the air, and shabalamo, that's our final answer. That one is completely done. Let me know if you have any questions as you're doing your work this week. Bye.